I play Eva, who in real life helped Brian start what later became the Equal Justice Initiative. She didn't have a degree, but was just working from her heart in Alabama. And Brian heard about her, heard what she was doing, and she was basically just cold calling people. She was mortified by what was happening in her community and took it upon herself to just start calling every lawyer that she could find in the phone book and try to connect them with these men that were not getting fair representation. Through that, she ended up working with Brian and becomes this support to him in his work. So Walter McMillian becomes one of the more central cases in this film, and it's a really emotional story about a man that obviously was not there and was convicted of something based off of a very faulty testimony. And that becomes our way into this story and into something that is happening all the time, where very weak testimonies are putting the wrong man behind bars due to racism, and because the police force want to feel like the heroes and that they solved the case without actually taking the time to really look into it. It's not an easy job to play Brian Stevenson, but if there was anyone that was going to do it, it was going to be Michael B. Jordan, because he embodies it and believes in it, and you could feel when he was talking that this was a film and a subject matter that really mattered to him to the core. There are moments in this movie that I feel lucky that I was present for, because when they hit these certain levels of transcendence, it's like magic's in the room. The air changes, something feels different, and I was able to experience that with him many times. Times when he was doing courtroom scenes where he's saying long paragraphs of dialogue and breaking down and having all this complexity and beauty and compassion in his face. And then there was another scene where we were just sitting on a park bench and it felt like a flow state beyond time. And that's a true testament to his abilities. Jamie Foxx plays Walter McMillian, and he very quickly became just one of my favorite people. He was playing a role that was so hard, in that his character's going through something that just seems unimaginably painful. And he brought so much fun and lightness in storytelling. He was always walking around with music and keeping the mood up despite doing scenes that were really heavy. And some of my favorite moments on this film were in our holding suites. In between takes, they have a room for all the actors with our chairs. And he would lead conversations about exactly what this film was about, talking about his past, talking about what it was like to be a young black man growing up, which led to other folks talking about their experiences as well. And I felt honored to be the only white person in that room while those conversations were taking place. It was a major education and another great opportunity for me to learn and grow and become a better ally. Destin is a man with just seemingly endless compassion and understanding, which is why he's able to tell stories about such complex and painful subject matters while also keeping a certain level of levity, which allows the audience to be able to digest what's happening. He really is able to lead a group, and one of my favorite attributes of his is his ability to pick his team and pick his cast. It's like being a good host at a dinner party. He knows how to set the table so that good conversations happen. And he recently became a father, and he would direct a lot of the film with his baby Tomio strapped to the front of him, which is something that should just be happening more often. Even that felt like a revolution. Despite the fact that this story is not a contemporary one, not much has changed since then. A lot of these battles, in particular regarding race, not just specifically in this area, but across the board, are things that we're still struggling with to this day. So I think having an understanding of the past while being able to link it with the work that we can do in the future is a really important tool to understand where we came from and where we're going to and where we're stuck, because we're obviously very stuck. movies have an incredible way of uniting us with people that are different from us. So the idea that folks that maybe aren't familiar with this issue or have a preconceived notion about the men and women that are on death row could watch this and have a new understanding of how our judicial system works, how it's failing us, and how we can be of support is really important. The film was incredibly diverse, and a huge part of that is testament to Michael working with Warner Brothers to create this inclusion initiative that's going across their entire company, which is such an incredible step and so inspiring, and something that now we have this film as proof that it works and that it makes sets feel safer and better, and is something that other studios should definitely implement, because I had so much fun on this movie, and it felt right to be surrounded by the people who this story is made for, and that those voices were implemented in every aspect from every angle. This is the first time I worked on a film where the team around me doing hair, makeup, and wardrobe were all people of color. I've been an actor for 20 years. It's kind of shocking to me to say that I've only had white people around me on set, and it's not something that you realize is a purposeful choice until you go out of your way to break that. And now I'm realizing the divides that have been created in our industry, and starting with this film and with Warner Brothers' help, we were able to become an example as to how you can overcome that obstacle.